Now, my dear students, in continuation to the previous topic, we understood how to resolve a vector, how to resolve a vector, and how to represent a vector. Now we are going to find how to measure the angle of a vector. Measure an angle of a vector. How to measure the angle of a vector is important here now in this context. So let us come to the basics what we have learned. Suppose this is the coordinate axis. We said that this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, now there is a point P that is I am taking as x comma y. I am taking a point. Now what happen if you draw a perpendicular to x-axis, it is x, and you draw a perpendicular to the y-axis, it is y, and you have the unit vector on y-axis as j cap, and you have a unit vector on x-axis as I cap. Okay, so now what we get, the vector on x-axis, it is represented as x cap, and vector on y-axis, it is represented as y cap, yj cap, yj cap. Okay, now total from the origin, I want the vector p that is from origin, that is op bar is equal to the sum of these components x cap plus y j cap. Now yeah, and using trigonometrical ratios also we can write that is theta is the angle, and if r is a vector o, that is op bar, r is a vector op bar we take, and its magnitude is r, vector is r bar. Now using these trigonometrical ratios, we can write the cos theta is nothing but adjacent side, that is x upon r, x upon r. From this I want x component, that is x is equal to r cos theta. Similarly, I want to write sin theta definition, that is opposite side, that is y. As this is a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal, no? So that's why this will also become y, right? So y by y upon r, that implies I want y component, that is equal to r sin theta. How we got this r cos theta, r sin theta? By cross multiplying this r to this side. I multiplied with r cos theta. So I got r cos theta. R is multiplied with cos theta, like this, and r is also multiplied with sin theta, so we get r sin theta. Okay, like this we got these two things. Now x component we got, y component we got. The same vector, now this r bar can be represented using the values of x component and y component. In the place of x, you please substitute r cos theta. So what you will get, r cos theta into I cap, plus in the place of y, what we can substitute, r sin theta we can substitute. So that is r sin theta into j cap. Okay, so the same vector can be represented in terms of angle and that is length of the position vector. Okay, the length of this position vector of a point P. So using length and angle also we can represent a vector in a two-dimensional plane. So like this way. Now in the same way I want to find out the tan theta value. How can I find out the tan theta value? Tan theta is nothing but sin theta by cos theta. Sin theta by cos theta. So sin theta value we know already, that is y by y upon r divided by, and cos theta value we know x upon r. So r and r get cancelled, we get y upon x. That means a y component by x component, if you do, what you will get? Angle we can find out. Using this you can find out the angle of a given vector with respect to x-axis. So this is nothing but the vector representation, and what is x component and what is y component, and what is the angle, how to determine the angle. This is also called as the direction. Slope is also called as direction and slope of the vector. We can say it is the slope of the vector, or it gives the direction of a given vector. So in these many ways we can call it for a given vector we can find out the angle. So this is the point, okay, you have to remember for solving the questions regarding this. Now let us see the questions, how to solve the questions. Let us see. And the question in this case is given like this. So if you see the 19th question in our level 1, you take the answer. In the level 1 you can take the 22nd question. If you see 22nd question, in this context we are learning about resolution of vectors, right? In this resolution of vectors, the angle made by I plus j with x-axis, with y-axis is asked. So how to find the angle made by I plus j with y-axis? With y-axis he is asking, right? So with y-axis he is asking. In the just now we have learned this is the angle made by x-axis. Theta is the angle made by x-axis. Now I want to know the angle made by y-axis, means what I have to do? Just this is total 90 degrees, right? This is total 90 degrees. Okay. So total 90 degrees in the sense what we have to do? 90 minus this angle if you do, you will get the angle made by the y-axis, that is 90 minus theta. If you do, you will get the angle made by the y-axis. So first of all you find the angle made with the x-axis, then you subtract it from 90 degrees, then you will get the angle made with the y-axis. So let us do this question. Let us solve this question. What is given? I cap plus j cap. What is the angle made with this vector with the y-axis is asking. My dear students, here you please note down the x component and y component of the given vector. What will be the x component? I cap will be the x component. And what is the y component? J cap will be the y component. And what is the coefficient of I cap? It is 1. What is the coefficient of j cap? It is 1. Now I want tan theta, sir. So how to calculate this tan theta? Tan theta is nothing but y component upon x component. So that is 1 by 1, that is equal to 1. When tan theta will be 1? When theta is equal to 45 degrees. At this value the tan theta will be equal to 1. So tan 45 is 1. So what you get? The angle made by the vector with x-axis you got. Now I want the angle made by this vector with y-axis. So what I have to do? I have to find 90 minus theta value. So 90 minus 45 degrees, how much it will be? That will be equal to 45 degrees only. So angle made by this vector with y-axis is 45 degrees. So like this we can find out the angle made by a vector, given vector with the x-axis or y-axis. Okay, so let us see the next question. This is question number, what I can say, 22 question number. This is the 22 question number. Okay, so we have to solve the 22 question number like this. Given vector I plus j and x is equal to 1. Why? Because the coefficient of I cap is 1. So that's why x is equal to 1. And y is equal to 1 because the coefficient of j cap is 1. So y is equal to 1. Now tan theta is equal to y by x. This is our formula. Just now we have derived that one. Y is y by x. Tan theta is equal to y by x. We can find out the direction of the vector or the slope of the vector, we said. So here also we are finding the tan theta value only. So tan theta is equal to y by x is 1 by 1 is 1. So theta is equal to 45 degrees. This is the angle made by the vector with x-axis, but I want the angle made by the vector with the y-axis. So I have to subtract it from 90 degrees. So 90 minus 45 degrees is 45 degrees only. So we got angle made by this vector with a y-axis is 45 degrees. Okay, right. Now we shall go to the next question. The next question is like this. The horizontal component of the weight of the body of mass m is. Okay, so what he is asking, horizontal component of weight he is asking, my dear students. So how to find this 23rd question? You see, any body, my dear students, when it is placed on the ground, what is happening to this body? Now this is the ground, suppose this is the ground, and this is the mass of the body. Now the weight of the body will be acting exactly vertically downwards. That is given as Wt, weight is equal to mg. Now it is vertically downwards. That means this component is called as the vertical component. This is the vertical component of the weight. Now when it is making a vertical component, the horizontal component, we already studied that if there is a force F, its horizontal component is Fx, that is F cos theta, and vertical component Fy is F sin theta. So now you know the force, this is nothing but weight is a gravitational force. Okay, so F is equal to mg. F is equal to mg. So mg here, what is the angle made by this vector? It is making it is perpendicular to the surface, right? So it is making 90 degrees, we can say. It is making 90 degrees. So cos 90 is equal to how much it is? We know that cos 90 degrees is 0. Okay, so what will be the horizontal component in this case now? The horizontal component along this horizontal component is along this floor. Along this floor, its component is 0. Its component is 0. So the horizontal component Fx will become 0. Okay, so there is no horizontal component for the weight. So our answer will be 0, right? Next question. If the components of a force are P along east and P along north direction, then the force is, right. Here what he has given to us is the components of force are P along east and P along north direction, then force is asking. So here you can draw this figure. Here we should know the directions first of all. These are the directions: east, west, north, and this is south. So two forces, two components given, my dear students. One is horizontal component is given. Along east, what is the along east, what is the component? P along east and P along north. So this is the p value along east, and this is p value along north. Now he is asking the resultant force, he is asking. So this is our force, resultant force, right? F is equal to how much he is asking, right? Just like in the previous section we already learnt what is that, let us see. Here if you see, A is length along x-axis, B is length along y-axis, then the resultant is under root of p square plus a square plus b square. Okay, so similarly here we can find out this, what we get here is this one. I want f is equal to, so f is equal to nothing but under root of p square plus p square. So this is nothing but f is equal to under root of 2p square. So p is having square. See, whenever, my dear students, remember, if from the exponents laws we know that root ab we can write as root a into root b. Similarly here f is equal to square root of 2p square, so we can write f is equal to root 2 into root p square. So square and root get cancelled, we get root 2 into p. This is our resultant of p and p along horizontal and vertical component. So like this we can decide the answer. So the question number we write is, it is the 24th question. 24th question we have solved, right? Okay, 22nd, 23rd, 24th we got. Okay, like this we have solved the questions, right? Next, 25th question, you see, one of the rectangular components of the velocity is given like this. 24th question, sorry, 24th is completed. 25th one of the rectangular components of velocity of 20 meter per second and is 10 meter per second. The other component is asking. Okay, so how to find the other component? Let us see. Let us see. He given velocity is 20 meter per second. Actually, velocity is given, and one of the component means Vx is given. Suppose Vx is 10 meter per second. Now he is asking what is the other component, is asking. This is the question. What is the other component is asking. We know from the relations only, we already know, that is we can find the angle from this one. We can find the angle. We can do this one in two methods. One is v is equal to vx square plus vy square. V square is equal to vx square plus vy square. From this we can find out the v value, right? Okay, that is vy square is equal to v square minus vx square, and vy is equal to under root of v square minus vx square. This is one method. Other method is, we know vx is equal to v cos theta. V cos theta value is given here, right? So v cos theta is equal to 10. So cos theta is equal to, we also know v value here. We also know v value, right? Substitute the value here. So 20 cos theta is equal to 10. Now cross multiply. Cos theta is equal to 10 by 20. 0 0 cancel. So cos theta is 1 by 2. When theta is equal to 30 degrees. Now we got the angle. Right? Using the angle we can find out Vy is equal to V sin theta. Okay. So Vy is equal to, V is 20 into sin 30 right? So actually cos theta is equal to 1 by 2 now. So theta will be how much? 60 degrees, not 30 degrees, it is 60 degrees, sorry. So sine 60 we can take. Now what we can write? So 20 into sine 60 is root 3 by 2. 2 ones are 2 tens are. So we can write 10 root 3 is our answer. That is V component. Another component. One component is given. We can find another component. So this method also you follow. What happened? Let us see. Vy we want. Vy is equal to under root of what is the value of v square, sir? 20 square minus vx square is 10 square. So we get under root of 400 minus 100. So this is equal to under root of 300. So we can write 3 into 100. Just before we said that under root of a into b, root a into root b. So we can write root 3 into root 100. Root 100 means it is a 10 square. So we can write 10 root 3 is our answer. So both methods are correct. We can do any one method. Okay, we can find out the components like this. If whenever the vector is given and it's one of the component is given, we can find out the other component using these two methods. This is the first method and this is the second method. Using angle we can find out like this. Using the magnitudes we can find out like this. Anyone, both are correct. Okay, next, this is the 25th question. Okay, right, next question. The vertical and horizontal components, 26th question, you see. The vertical and horizontal components of a force 100 newtons at an angle 30 degrees with the x-axis. At an angle 30 degrees with the x-axis. So angle is given. He is asking vertical and horizontal components. Newton force is given. Okay, how to do this question? See, force is given 100 newtons, angle is given 30 degrees. Just now we have seen horizontal component means what we will get? F cos theta. So force is given, angle is given. You can find horizontal component. Similarly, vertical component means what we write? F sin theta. Okay, so now you write very simple. It is 100 into cos 30 how much, sir? Cos 30 you write. Next sin 30 how much? 100 into sin 30 you write down. Cos 30 is 100 into root 3 by 2. 2 ones are 2 50s are. So this will be fx will be equal to 50 root 3 and we get here 100 into 1 by 2. 2 ones are 2 50s are. So Fy will be 50 newtons. Like this we can find out the values. Horizontal component x-axis, vertical component y-axis. Okay, next we shall see. Next question, what is asking? A force F making an angle 60 degrees with the positive x-axis has a component of 20 newtons along x-axis. Write the force in vector form. So to write the force in vector form, what are the things we require? X component we require and into I cap plus y component into j cap. This is the force actually, right? Okay, we can find the force like this. Already x component is given here, x component is given, angle is given here, right? So X component, how much it is here? X component is given as 20 newtons given, right? But F component is F cos theta is equal to 20 newtons, no? But 60 degrees is also given, angle is given, angle is also given, that is 60 degrees given. Substitute in this and find out the F value now. If you know the F value, you can find Fy also. So if you add this both, you can get the F value in vector component. So F into cos 60 degrees is equal to 20, and what we want here now, F is equal to F into cos 60 is 1 by 2 into 20. This implies cross multiplication this one to this side, we get F is equal to 40 newtons. So you got a F value, right? Now using this F value, find out Fy. We shall find out Fy value. How to find Fy value? Fy is equal to F sin theta. So 40 into sin 60. So from this what you will get? F into root 3 by 2. 2 ones are 2 20s are. So 20 root 3. Okay. So you got Fy value, you know. Fx value, you know. This is Fx value. This is Fx value. And you know this is Fy value. Right? You know Fx and Fy, no? Nicely you substitute in this formula. What you will get? Fx is 20 I cap plus 20 root 3 j cap. So this is our vector. Like this we can find out the vector when components are given. When you got the two components, nicely you can find out this vector, resultant vector. Okay. Next thing is angle between z-axis and the vector. So this 20th question we shall see in the next class, because here only up to 2-dimensional plane we have studied. After learning the 3-dimensional plane, we can do the 28th question. Okay, so here z-axis is also taken. Okay, angle made by between z-axis and the vector. That means we have to find the direction cosines. That we will learn in the next class. Thank you.